Hi guys, welcome back to yet another JavaScript tutorial video, right? It's a pleasure to have you guys here once again. And if you have not subscribed or you're just joining us, please do well to subscribe or click on the notification icon so you'll be getting more updates like this. All right. So without further ado, let's get into what we have for today. So we'll be talking about arrays. Arrays. What are arrays actually? Arrays in JavaScript, you can let me use this analogy to explain it so you understand better. Let's say you have some fruits, right? And you want to differentiate your own from a friend's own, right? So you need some sort of basket to put yours and to put your friend's own fruit. Let's say the person has some apples and you too, you also have some apples and um oranges and the rest of them. So you need to separate it or separate them. You probably get a basket or a container to put yours and to put his, that you will label your friend's name or you label yours. So in JavaScript, that is basically how array works, right? Now they take in elements, they take in numbers, they can take in strings, and they are assigned variables. So let's just see what they are actually. So now they are basically special types of objects that you use to store multiple variables or multiple values inside. Yeah, and inside an array, the what they call it, the variables or the elements that are inside the arrays are given specific numbers, and those numbers are known as index, and they start counting from zero. So if you have an array of three elements inside, the index of the three elements will be 0, 1, and 2. Get me? Right? So basically that's how array works. So now here now this is how an array looks like, right? So they are denoted with the square bracket actually. And you first of all give the array a variable, that is a variable of fruits. Then you bring up your square brackets. Then you call the strings or whatever you want inside, right? So let's just go into our VS Code so you understand better all this I have been saying, and we'll be able to write and call some functions using the arrays too, right? So let's hop into our VS Code, right? All right, so we are here right now in our VS Code, and I already prepared some already commented code that will enable us to do or write our code faster, right? So first off, we're going to be talking about this code here is going to be showing us things we can do with our arrays, right? So first, let me just show you how to write our arrays, which I've already done earlier. So we first declare the variable that you call the array. Or you can use const depending on the naming convention you want to use. Then you call the array in the square brackets, then you give it the elements inside, right? Give him the elements inside. They can be strings, they can be numbers, depends on what you want. You go. Sorry. All right. So first of all, now I said something earlier about arrays having indexes, right? So basically this apple here, it has the index of 0, banana index of 1, orange index of 2, and grape index of 3. So let's see how that actually works. So here um, we're going to uncomment this, and let's save it. So basically now once the fruit with the index of 0 and the index of 2 to come up, and you get that right, the output is going to be apple and orange, right? We should save that and run it. So it should give us apple and orange. Yeah, that is exactly what we expected. So going on to the next thing, Now, in the case where you want to modify the array, let's say you don't want that array with the first index, that's one. Sorry, the first index is zero. Don't want the array with second index, which is index of one. You don't want it to be banana. You want it to change to mango. What do? You basically call um, that you basically call the array, right? Then you call the in particular index you want to modify. Then after calling particular index you want to modify, you assign the new variable. So when you do that, after you save, then you run. Now it's going to switch from banana to mango. Yeah, so basically that's how this modification part works. Yeah. So for instance, another scenario would be, let's say you want to the present update the present array. You want to add another um, element to the array. So we could basically just use the push method. Now the push method helps us add another element to the array. So basically now what we are supposed to get in this place or in this array is apples, mangoes, orange, grape. But now mangoes is not going to show from this output here. Mangoes is not going to show because we commented this code. So let's comment this code. Let's uncomment this code, this modification here. Let's uncomment it. Save this and we run. Yeah, cool. So it's giving us apple, mango, orange, grapes. See what I was saying earlier. If you comment this out, we comment this out. See, if you run the code, it's not going to give you mango because the original code now, there are no modifications. So if you run this code, it's going to give you apples, banana, orange, grape, pineapple. Sorry, I have to save it first. You save it and then you run the code. Apple, banana, yeah, so we got that. So basically, let's just uncomment this code. Let's uncomment this. Yeah, cool. So we will run it again. Get apple, mango, orange, grape, pineapple. Basically, that is how adding of element works. Now, if we want to remove elements, we use the pop method, right? So basically, the next line of code, that was what was used there. That was used there, um, where we called a variable. After calling the variable, we gave that variable the pop method. After giving it the pop method, we console the remove fuzzy. How this pop method works is that it starts with the elements, the highest index, and it starts removing it from there. So if you save this, it will output pineapple because is the element with the highest index, right? So if we do that, it's going to output pineapple and to console log the remaining arrays without the pineapple. So if we run this code, you have pineapple, then it console log the remaining arrays without pineapple. So cool. So if we should console log this. Yeah. Now let's talk about the last thing. Let me explain this last thing so that you understand because we use this particular code syntax to write a functional code where we'll be building and calling a function and using our arrays too. So now we want to loop through an array. I want to loop through an array. Yeah. So remember from our last class, or yeah, our last class, we had where we talked about for and while loops. Now, a for loop is meant to have a condition and it's going to have a variable, then it's going to have an incremental yeah, an incremental. So basically, this is the variable, yeah. Then this is the condition to be met, and this is the incremental, right? So now basically it's saying here let I equals to 0, and I is, so long as I is less than the length of the fruit. Now we, if we want to look through an array, we use the dot length method, right? This dot length method here. We call the name of the array, then use the dot length method. So after doing that, we basically increment. So it's basically saying here that let I equals to 0 and to increment from 0, 1, 2, 3, so long as it is lower than the value of the value of the length of the fruit array. So now we console log what the fruit, then the index. So basically to start picking the index of 0, then to console log the corresponding the corresponding elements, the index of 1 to console log the corresponding element till it reaches the length of the array. So when it reaches the end of the array, this particular loop will stop. So we save that. We should see apple, mango, orange, grapes being console logged out on their own. So if we save this and run this code, yeah, so we are seeing apple, mango, orange, grapes, pineapples. So basically, that is how looping through an array works, right? So let us build a functional system or a small function that will help us test to check if a particular alphabet is contained in a word. So let's get into it now, right? Okay, like I said earlier, so we're going to be building a little system that is going to test for the presence of of an alphabet in a word. So let us get into it. First of all, this little project is going to test our knowledge in functions, objects, arrays, data types, operators, and so just what we have learned so far. Yeah. So let us get into it. So now first we call a function. Call a function. Sorry, this is case sensitive. Function. My God. After calling the function, we give the function a name. Let's give it the name of letter find comma case member. Then it's going to take in two parameters: one, the word, and two, the match. Now these two parameters are going to be, I will just call it the tester, no, the word to be test, the word to be tested, and the test itself. Yeah, so that is it. Then let's call in. This is basically our function, our letter finder function. Now, this letter finder function, we're going to look through the word parameter to find the match alphabet. Get, so we're going to use the for loop. We're going to use the for loop, and remember our condition. First off, we'll give it a variable. We'll call our I, okay. We call our I and give it a variable of you assign the I variable to 0, right? Then the next will be the condition to terminate the loop, so it doesn't loop throughout eternity. Then the next is the I, then is less than word dot length. Now we're using the dot length method here. We're using the dot length method. Basically, what I want it to do here is that I want this I to iterate or to look through the word length, the amount of index the word. Let's look through it. That is basically what I am saying here. Yeah. So the function to be performed, that is the incremental. So we say I increment. So after doing this, we open our bracket. So now we said if It's going to be returning two outputs if it's true or if it's not true. So we're going to use the if and else statement. So we now say if it's true, if and else statement. First off, if it's true, our condition. So what is the condition that makes it true? We now say if word index, that is the array, if the index is equal to match, which is we want to be tested. If it's equal to match, then this is true, right? So if this is true, let us console log this console dot log. Let us console log this found found the sorry found the this is a string, yeah, found the match. This is the parameter of the function. Found the match at another string at now let us call the index, which is position. Don't forget to add your commas so it doesn't throw any error. Don't forget to add your commas so this doesn't throw any error, right? So after doing this, found the match at I, right? So after doing this, now this is for the true. Then what about if this function doesn't find out our else statement? Yeah, our else statement. Then let's say else. Let's console dot log. Say let's quickly just say match not found. Match. Oh, sorry, not bad. Let's put this on a straight line. Let's put this on a straight line. Okay, yeah. Let's put in a string match not found. Then now call the position, which is the index. Don't forget your commas. This is the index. So basically, this is how the function looks like, right? So after doing this, we have our tiny bit of function that's going to be functional, right? So we're going to test if it's functional actually. So so with that, let us call the function now. Now the name of the function is letter find. Let us call it letter find. Then we add our two parameters, which is test and tester. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. So let's use the word tester. Let's use the word tester. Let's use the word tester. This is the word, and we are searching for the letter, or yeah, the letter T. Yeah, we're searching for a letter T. Let's see if this actually works. Don't forget our semicolon. Cool. So we should save this and run this code. Okay, it's throwing an error. What is it saying? Saying tester is not defined. Okay, yeah. We forgot to add this is a string, or these are strings. These are string. If not, it will throw an error. If you don't specify that this is a string, it will just keep throwing an error. So if you save this and run this code, that should clear the error. Yeah, cool. So now this is the input. Basically, what's happening here is that this function will look through this tester word, which is an array. Yeah, to look through it and look for the match T. To look for T. So it will first find it in the first index, which is 0. It will not see it in the second, third, then to see it in the third index, which is 2. Yeah, yes, yes. It will see it in the fourth index, which is 3. Sorry. And it will not see it in the third one, neither will it see it in the last one. So if we go to output, we will see found the T at 0, match not found at 1, not found at 2, found T at 3, and so on. So now let's say in this same word, let's search for E. Let's see if it will find it at 1, at the index of 1, and if it will find it at the index of 4. So let's save this. Just look at the output. Save. So cool. So it found the E at 1 and found it at 4. So basically, we have successfully built a small functional system that loops through a particular word and search for a specific letter. So thank you for staying this long to this particular stage. You have actually made this a great step, or you have actually taken a great step. And congrats on your journey in becoming a developer, right? So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video, right? Catch ya.